Muhammadiyah English School. Standard 10th. Subject Science. Students, your teacher, Ms. Juveria here. We will have learning time together, studying and exploring one of our senses. Let's begin with the guessing session. Are you all ready to give your brain a thought? I am a window, and with me a twin. Beauty is within me, though not what is seen when looking in. In hard times I flow, but in good I glow. What is my name, if you now know? It seems that you all are well aware, and of course it's our eyes. It is our eyes that enables us to sense, perceive, and view this colorful world in the presence of light. The human eye, an organ that reacts to light. The rod and the cone cells in the retina allows the perception and vision, including color differentiation. Anatomy of the human eye. Students, we have studied the structure of the human eye and propagation of light through it in the previous class. Let's quickly review the basic components of the human eye. Number 1. Cornea. This is the transparent part of the eye that covers the very first portion, or you can say the front portion. So basically, it is through the cornea that the light is entering our eyes. Number 2. Iris. It is a very dark, fleshy screen just behind the cornea. Students, when we say that a person have blue, green or grey eyes, it is the color of the iris that we are considering. So, the color of the iris has a wide range of variation and it's different for different people. Number 3, pupil. At the center of the iris is a very small hole of changing diameter, which is known as pupil. So basically what pupils does? It has a very important function to capture the eye and to control the amount of eye that is entering in it. When the light is very bright or very sharp, we can say, the pupil contracts in order to focus properly. But when the light is dim, it widens to capture the object clearly. Number 4, eye lens. Students, you all know that our eye has biconvex lens which is present just behind the pupil. Now basically, this lens focuses the light rays which is coming through it in order to create the image. And you know that the image that is created is real and inverted. And this image is formed on the retina. So number 5, retina. It is the layer which is at the last portion of the eyeball that contains the cells which are sensitive to light. And basically, the retina contains the electrical signals. But why electrical signals, students? Yes, it is because the electrical signals passes the message to the brain and brain interprets the image for us. Because the image which is formed on the retina is exactly the real but inverted. So the brain analyzes that image and helps us view the objects as actually they are. Students, we have seen people wearing spectacles and even few of your classmates wearing spectacles or powered lenses. And even you are aware why they are wearing that, as their vision is not clear. So defects of vision is of 3 types: myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia. Observe both the pictures carefully. You will note that the objects are far away is not clearly visible to that person standing there, but the objects which is just nearby is clearly visible to the person. See, you can look in the second picture. The 2 poles having the word near written on it, it is clearly visible to that person standing there. But the two poles which are far away and having the far word written on it is not at all visible, or we can say the image has become very blurred. So this condition occurs when a person suffers from myopia. Let's compare the functioning of the normal eye to that of the myopic eye. Look at both the figures. You can see in the first figure that light rays is entering the eye, and as it is entering, it falls on the cornea and it gets focused on the retina to form the image. Students, we have studied previously that our eye have the biconvex lens. Why biconvex lens? But what does this biconvex lens do? It reflects light, yes, but its main objective is to make sure that the image is formed on the retina only. You can see in figure 2 that the image is just falling on the retina in order to have the clear vision. By changing the shape of the lens, the direction of the propagation of light, the ability of the lens to change its focal length is known as power of lens to change its focal length is known as power of accommodation. Now basically, today we shall be discussing about myopia. So it is the condition of the eye in which the nearby object is clearly visible, but the distant objects gets blurred. Then have you ever thought that how does light propagate in myopic eye? Yes, well, the light from the nearby objects travels in a usual way and gets focused on the retina only. But the light rays that is coming from the far away objects enters the eye and they gets converged in front of the retina instead of on the retina. You can compare both the figures and see that when the spoon was placed nearby, the image was formed exactly on the retina. But when the spoon is displaced a little larger, the image gets formed in front of the retina and not on the retina, and that spoon is not clearly visible to that person suffering from myopia. This is the main reason for blurriness. But what causes the light to converge in front of the retina rather than on the retina? Exactly, my dear students, it's the larger size of the eyeball, which is the main reason behind the blurriness of the image. As you can see here, that in myopic eye, the eyeball increases. The length of the eyeball increases because of elongation. Due to the elongated eyeball, the distance between the lens and the retina increases. And because of the larger distance between both, the image is formed in the front rather than forming on the retina. However, students, we should note that the lens always functions in its usual way. It is only the image that is formed at the different position. So you can see here, students, that the image is formed in front of the retina. So the object will be blurred because the eyeball has become elongated. The length of the eyeball has increased. You can see in the picture. And that is why the light cannot travel up to that long distance and the image is getting formed in just in front rather than on the retina. How can we correct this defect? Yes, we have solution. It can be corrected by using a concave lens. Why concave lens but? When we place concave lens in front of the myopic eye, as you can see in the figure 1, the concave lens diverges the light rays. And you can see in figure 2 that these divergent rays refract and come together on the retina instead of in front of the retina. Divergent rays refract and come together on the retina instead of in front of the retina. So you can see here, when the spoon is kept far away, basically when we were not having the concave lens, the image was getting formed in front of the retina. But since the concave lens is used to correct this defect, the image is exactly formed on the retina. So that was all about myopia. I hope you all have understood well. Let's quickly review. If a person is suffering from myopia, then faraway objects are not visible clearly. This is because the light rays do not converge on the retina, but they converge in front of the retina. So, our concave lens helps to fix this issue. The rays diverge and the refracted rays falls on the retina. And basically, the concave lens have negative power. Thank you.